It's Brian Preston, the Money Guy.
Caden on YouTube, he said, all right, here's kind of like one of those hot interview questions or like gotcha questions sometimes. What is the best way to answer the question, what is the minimum acceptable salary? Right? That's kind of a touchy subject, but Caden said, in the past, I have both lowballed it and then they need no further negotiations. That's nice. But he's also tried to highball it, but then they sometimes have moved on to another candidate because they couldn't afford him. And so he said, I'm using market data to base my salary on, but it still feels like a catch-22. Like, how do you decide what is the best way to answer that question?
This is a great question. And this is something I think anybody who's ever gone for a job, you struggle with. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you some things you can do for yourself. First of all, this needs to be pre-planned in the beginning, meaning you need to do, before you show up for the interview, you kind of need to know the salary range. Whenever somebody posts a job, hopefully they're going to give you some indication of what the potential salary could be. If they didn't, maybe in a very tactful way, because you don't want to seem like you're money hungry, but you ought to find out, hey, give me the range. I just want to make sure I'm a good fit for this role. What are the salary ranges that you're considering for this position? Because most job descriptions are written in, hey, like our financial advisor, 2 to 5 years of experience. And you can know, okay, well, if it's 2 to 5 years of experience, the range, they tell me this is going to be the range. You then can evaluate, okay, do I have all the experience they're asking for? Do I have all the credentials they've asked for? If you check all the boxes in the description, you know you're probably qualify for the tippity top of their range. But also be honest with yourself. If you know they ask for 2 years to 5 years of experience for a role and you're 2 years and 1 month, you're probably not going to be at the tippity top of what they told you of the range. You might be at right at that entry level or crossing point of what they had presented. This is one of those skill sets where, if you've ever watched the movie The Firm, where Tom Cruise walks in the room with this law firm that turns out to be very evil, by the way. So I don't know if there's another side lesson there. But it is one of those things where they're like, if you're really good at what at the position, if you're who we think you are with the position we want to put you in, you'll tell me what this offer letter is without even opening the envelope. And Tom Cruise, in a really cool scene, walks through all those different things that went into the decision making of what the offer was. And of course, he was right, because he had a script to tell him what the true number was. but it is something you ought to do, that exact same exercise yourself, because the question will come up, and it's always a difficult conversation for your employer. It's a potential employer. It's a difficult conversation for you. So the best thing you can do for a difficult situation, go ahead and start role playing, figuring out what it's going to be, so it won't be the first time you've experienced it when you actually do it in real life.
Yeah, good answer. All right, we actually have a couple more.
Man, you're more affirming than Bo. I don't know if Bo ever gives me good answers.
Good answer,
so I like
Brian.
that. I like that.
Good. I like it.
Feels
that's
like
what I can
warmed
bring
up,
to the
ready to go with the
table
next one.